in Gravesend. What's happening there tonight, Dom?
Well, Sean, the chili con carne and the peach crumble, it was very good peach crumble, have been finished up for this evening. We're at a homeless shelter where for 3 nights a week people can get a hot meal and an all-important warm bed. Now, just on the outskirts of London here, there's much more homelessness than in other parts of the country, and of course, in the east of the UK here, it meant that this was the first part of the country to feel the bite of the cold. So just what does it feel like to not have a home to go to in weather like this? Well, I took a little walk around Gravesend earlier on with someone who explained what that was like. The last night before when it got really cold, where was the last place you slept?
We slept in an electric cupboard round the corner there. Just down there, like a block of flats, but the electrical cupboard where they put their electric meters on. We stayed in there.
Why there?
Just to keep warm, stay out of this, out of the wind and the cold, you know.
It's the wind, isn't it? You really feel.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
You say we, how many of you were there in there?
There was 4 of us in a tiny little box.
In a cupboard, basically?
Well, yeah, a cupboard, yeah. It's freezing, isn't it?
It's cold now.
Yeah, it's freezing.
You must have been cold for hours and hours.
Oh, you really freeze, didn't you? And once you're cold, you stay cold.
Where else, if not that electricity box, where else can you be in Gravesend?
There's a few places scattered about, but there's nowhere out of the elements. You know what I mean? There's like car parks and things like that you can go.
Yeah.
But nowhere that's going to keep you warm. You're always going to be cold.
How do you keep yourself together, kind of mentally?
Just got to, you know, can't let it get to you. You can't let them get you up. You know what I mean? I might be at the bottom now, but the only way's up, isn't it? That's the way I look at it. The only way's up. Yeah, I can't get no lower than I am now. You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it.
You've got some shoes on, but
they're wet.
How do your feet feel?
They're wet and cold, so
frustrating.
Yeah, it is, yeah, proper.
People will be watching this from their front rooms, feeling pretty warm, central heating on. What do you think they don't understand about the way you've had to live recently?
Well, you might think everyone's like alcoholics or drug addicts and that. We're not all like that. Not everyone has got a drug problem or a drink problem or something else might have happened to them. Do you know what I mean? We're not all the same, are we? So just don't judge us, innit? We're not. That's all I can say. Just don't judge. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Do you feel like you are judged?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
There's a real family atmosphere actually. Come around, you can see that some puzzles are going on. There's been some games of chess here. I'm told this is going to go on into the early hours potentially. I'm joined by a couple of people. Vicky, who helps run the homeless shelter here, and John, who's someone who uses the services.
Yes,
John,
I do,
you're here 3 nights a week.
Yeah.
How is it in the warmer months and then when it starts to get colder?
Well, it's a lot better in the warmer months because it's warm enough to sleep out, but when winter starts clocking in, the end of October, and then the temperature starts dropping and it starts getting colder, and it feels a lot more uncomfortable out there when you sleep.
If you weren't here now, well, what would you be doing?
Sleeping out most probably, out there 7 days a week.
And how do you think that would feel?
Not very nice.
I think that's fair to say. I mean,
Yeah.
most of us won't be able to really imagine that. Vicky, you help run the service here. Just how important is it to people?
Well, it's life-saving, to be honest, this time of year. The official figures don't match the actual reality of the situation, how serious it is. The official numbers say that I think it's 9 rough sleepers we have in Gravesend, when in actual fact we've had 129 people use the services since September this year.
Now, you have 18 beds here. On some nights, I gather that isn't even enough for the number of people you have.
No, last week we had 24 guests staying, and unfortunately some of them had to be sent away because we just couldn't facilitate for them. We will do everything in our power because it's a sanctuary and everyone works as a volunteer here, and it's all churches together, everyone helps one another, and what we try and do is accommodate everyone no matter what their history is, and we try to help everybody that we can. And that's heartbreaking for a charity such as Sanctuary and all the churches trying to help them to have to send people out into the cold, because at the end of the day these temperatures can kill people.
And you know that sometimes you are sending people.
Yeah, and it's done with a heavy heart, and we will try everything before that actually happens.
Now, was I right to describe it as a bit of a family atmosphere here? It's
Without
got a bit quieter.
Yeah, a lot of people have gone to bed as well, so we call it the Sanctuary family, and it's everybody helps one another. It runs purely on volunteers, so we try everything we can, and we have people from all necks of the wood coming in to help, and it's fabulous. It's churches together that run this charity, and there are two project managers, Lauren and Steve, who have built it up basically, along with a few other really helpful people.
And without this facility in the community, I mean, there isn't anything else that's doing this sort of work, is it?
No, so the Gravesend Methodist Church is set right in the centre of town, so it's an ideal place for people to come. And to be honest, it started to be used as the first port of call for a lot of different agencies. They'll phone up and ask for us to put someone up for the night to save them being on the streets.
Thanks very much. Just worth saying that this is only allowed to run for 3 days a week. For the other 4 days, the 18 or so people who sleep here, the many more who come and get a meal, really have to fend for themselves.
Yes, Don, that's a horrific thought, isn't it? But thank you for bringing us that insight.